What's going on, guys? This is Coach Rob, and welcome to Hustle Hard Work. So today we're going to talk about the law of attraction and a really cool story that I love to share because the story just doesn't make sense. But when you understand the law of attraction and what it is, what exactly it is, you'll understand how it happened. And there's zero doubt in my mind that this is why it happened. So my mom recommended years ago for me to read this book. It's called The Secret. And I was like, Mom, I haven't read a book since junior year. I'm not going to read a book. If there was a movie, I'll check out the movie. Turns out there was a movie. I didn't want to check out the movie either. It was something my mom was recommending. I'm like, oh, come on, Mom. But years later, I come across the book. I read it, and it absolutely changed my life. And it changed my life because it changed my perspective. And in this book, it tells you the secret is the law of attraction. And the law of attraction is being able to want something and believe it and manifest it and make it happen. And a lot of the things that I've accomplished are absolutely 1,000% without a doubt in my mind because of that. Because some things don't make sense, and I've been able to accomplish them simply because I believe. Now, it's so much easier said than done, obviously, because you say, I believe I'm going to make $1 million, and then you don't make $1 million, and you're like, this is ridiculous. I don't believe it. But if you truly believe that you can, you will, and when I started seeing things like this, I remember when I first started the businesses, I told my wife, hey, I want to make $90,000. I was making about $30,000. I was a teacher, and she's like, okay, sure, how? And I said, I don't know, but I know I want to. And sure enough, at the end of that year, I started calculating and I started adding, and it was like 80 something, but it was just like, doesn't even make sense. How? It was such a far-fetched thing, but things lined up. Thunder was created. I did the camps, I did the league, and I was able to generate this revenue, and it was just like, wow, but there's this one secret moment, and I call it a secret moment, because it's just one of those things that it gives me chills just thinking about it, and I can't believe that it happened. So I was working out at LA Fitness on 8th and 142nd. I finished my workout. I went to go get a power bar, so I could get protein and build my muscles. So I went to go get these protein bars. The one that I like is the Snickers. It's the best tasting one, but then you got power bar, you got all these other ones. So I get I think it was a Detour, I think was the name of the one that I got, and I wasn't convinced. I put it back and I was like, let me just get the power bar, because they didn't have the Snickers. So I'm like, you know what, I walk back, I put it back in, I reach for the power bar, and I pull out a Snickers, and I'm like, okay, I want this chocolate, so I'm glad I got it. I've got it here before, so I know they sell it, but it wasn't anywhere in the shelves, and I just pull out of the power bar and I got the Snickers one. So that's pretty crazy, right? I get to the register, I go to pay, and the lady goes scanning, she goes, doot. She goes, doot, doot, doot. She goes, where did you find this? And I said, no, I found it in the power bar box, and I said, actually, it's funny because that's the one that I really wanted, but I couldn't find it, and I just grabbed it out. And she goes, it's weird because it doesn't appear in our system. And I joked and I said, oh, does that mean I get it for free? And she says, no, get another bar, we'll charge that one, and you could keep this one. And I told her, I'm like, don't you think that's weird that that's the one I wanted and it's there and it doesn't appear on the thing? And she goes, no, that chocolate was put there for you. And that was like, oh, it blew my mind. It blew my mind. And you don't have to believe me. All I know is I know what I felt. I know what I wanted. I know how I got it. And it didn't make sense. When it comes to the law of attraction, it's not supposed to make sense. If you knew how you were going to make $1 million, you would have made it already. But why do you want those $1 million? What it is that you want to do with those $1 million? What do you need it for? Once you know everything, then it will happen, and it won't happen immediately. It might not happen in a year. It'll happen when you believe and when you manifest it, and when you without a doubt wanted, and I've had cars, I owned a black 5 Series at one point in my life, and I had it as my background on my iPad, my first generation iPad, and just because I liked the black 5 Series. And when I got the car, after getting the cars, when I realized, like, wow, looking back at some pictures, like I had that as a background on my iPad, so subconsciously you start attracting all these things. And the way that it works is that, life, all the good, you brought it to you, and unfortunately all the bad, you brought it to you as well, and you brought it to you as well. 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 And you brou there's certain circumstances that are out of control, and for example, I lost my father. There's no way that I could think that, I brought that upon myself, but it was something that I was dealt with, and I had to adjust, and that's out of my control. And what I'm getting at is that not all bad things that happen to you is your fault, but it's how you react to those things, how you take those things, that allow you to move forward. So, after my father passed, I could have been depressed for years, and I could have, shut down, but my father taught me to move forward. My father taught me to live, and that's what I did, and that's what I'm doing, so believe. If you can't, check out the book The Secret. They have a YouTube video, not YouTube, but Netflix. They have it on Netflix. It's a movie, and it's hard to understand when I explain it to people, based on the first couple of things that I mentioned, how they look at me, how they react. I'll continue talking about it, or I'll drop it, because it's not for everybody, and that's okay. But once you learn to live life like that, you're able to accomplish these super cool things, and the possibilities are endless, and you are your own obstacle, and anything that gets in your way, it's things that you allow to be an obstacle, and you got to figure that out for yourself, and that's the tough part. That's the tough part, because once you get that, then you could accomplish anything. And I look forward to all the things that I want to accomplish, and I believe deep down with my heart I'm doing it right now, and it feels great, and I hope you guys feel it. Make sure to check it out. Remember, hustle hard, hard work